So the last chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen of 2022 is finally out, and this chapter is 100% insane, and it's just a lot of things that's going down in this chapter. Yuki sacrificed herself so that way she can create a black hole to stop Kenjaku, but Kenjaku was able to tank it thanks to his trump card. We see Choso, he's actually having a revelation on his whole life and how he saw what he did was wrong and how he could have prevented it so that way his brothers can still be alive and probably have a happy life. But also as well, Tengen, Master Tengen, she is a huge question mark because that ending, as we see the unconscious body of Tengen in the tree, as it seems as Kenjaku and Tengen were friends back in the day, and they automatically know and seen and interacted with Sukuna. But the relationship with Tengen and Kenjaku also showcase how they just really known each other and they were really close friends, but they became enemies just due to the path that both of them actually take, where Kenjaku went full rogue and we see Tengen as she goes on ahead on the path of good, because the last page of the chapter, as Tengen is unconscious in a tree, Kenjaku says, "Farewell, my friend." And based on the interactions that they had in this chapter, you can just obviously tell that they really known each other, and especially the fact that they were probably pretty close, and that how Tengen kind of knows the trickery of Kenjaku and like kind of knows what abilities that he was able to do, especially since, you know, Kenjaku is pretty much like very, very old, just like how Tengen is. So it just kind of gives you an interaction like pretty much that Tengen probably saw how Kenjaku actually really looked. So we continue in the beginning of the chapter where we continue where we left off, as we see Kenjaku, he goes on ahead and used the Uzumaki, the mini Uzumaki from the last chapter, as everyone's in shock, including Yuki, as she's in disbelief that the fact that she didn't see this coming at all. So then we go into a flashback where we see Choso is talking to Yuki, as he says that he failed to protect his brother and that he is the cause of them dying, because it wasn't that Yuji killed his brother, it was that he killed his brother because he thought that taking the easy way out was going to make his brother survive, just due to the fact of how not normal looking how his brother will actually look, even though they're kind of like human, because he says that if I choose the life of being as a human, living the life as a human, all of my brothers will be alive and we'll be working as a team to actually go ahead and fight curses. But since I chose the easy way and actually go on ahead and live as a curse and killed many people and caused so many mayhem, I pretty much killed my brothers. And not only that too, but Yuji is going to be all alone because he chose the path of being human, and all of this mess is happening. And as of this moment, we see Choso actually crying because he says that why did I choose the easy way out? I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to see them in pain and living as a human. So as of this moment, after they have this whole conversation, we go back into the present as we see Choso is enter his Krillin as he's about to use his Destructo Disc blood type manipulation to go ahead and try to go ahead and strike against Kenjaku. But Yuki goes on ahead and she says, Choso, right here, right now, you die as a curse. And then Choso realized that he is falling out of the barrier as he is begging and saying, Tengen, why? But then Yuki goes on ahead and she says, so you will live on, and this time you will be a human. As we see Kenjaku goes on ahead and use his gravity force to cut half of Yuki, as she is just laying there, half of half her body is actually like cut in half. And then he goes on ahead and he focuses on Tengen, because at this point it seems like Tengen is saving Choso for what is about to happen. And also as well, it seems as if Yuki was in on the plan, because she was just like, Choso, you'll live on, because the thing that I'm about to do will try to go ahead and finish off Kenjaku, which is pretty much a maximum curse technique or domain where she is going to sacrifice herself. But before she even able to do that, we see Kenjaku is seeing Tengen, and he says, why are you making that long face? It kind of reminds me, you almost looks like. And then we see a picture of Sukuna, and it kind of just indicates that like kind of like Sukuna and Tengen, they probably are like in the same level with their bodies, as like they are actually transcended to like what is to be curses. And so as of this moment, Tengen was just going like, hey, I'm just here to distract you for what's going to happen, because Yuki goes on ahead and grab Kenjaku and was just saying like, this is the end, as she creates a black hole, which Kenjaku actually was just like, oh, damn, you caught me slipping. So Kenjaku is trying to find a way to go on ahead and block the black hole, because he knew what technique she was going to be able to do. So then what ended up she was doing the black hole, which she was able successfully to do, the black hole was able to make the barrier actually broken and actually make a giant hole. So everything is kind of like destroyed. So as everything is cleared up and everything, we go on ahead and we see that Kenjaku actually survived the attack. He actually like tanked it. So the only thing that Kenjaku has injury wise is that his clothes is all gone. So then he looks at Tengen, and then Tengen is like, how were you able enough to go on ahead and block that attack? So then Kenjaku says that, oh, I was able to use anti-gravity when I was in the body of Yuji's mom. So Tengen, every time that he body hops, actually like people throughout the whole entire like years that he's been body hopping, he is able enough to master their technique. So then at this moment, Tengen and Kenjaku continue to have their little spiel, as Kenjaku is continuously walking towards the tree where he actually knows where Tengen actually is, because it was later revealed that the Tengen that's actually talking to Kenjaku and was like, how you were able to go on ahead and block and survive this attack actually was an illusion, which actually was breaking apart. And then he sees Tengen's body all crawled up in a tree, as he goes on ahead and says, farewell, my friend, as he goes on ahead and start his plan to go on ahead and merge non-sorcerers to Tengen. And the chapter ends as we see that Kenjaku actually win this round in this fight. And this is crazy, because everything that Kenjaku has planned over the hundreds of years or thousands of years, or mostly hundreds of years, is going to plan, and he is just winning. And this is just 100% crazy at this current moment. Everything is going chaotic. Everything is falling into the plans of Kenjaku. Yuki died. Choso, he's still survived, so that's the plus. But Tengen falls in the hands of Kenjaku. So hopefully we get a backstory and see how, Tengen and Kenjaku actually live and see how they actually are. But this chapter was really good. It was a banger. Let me know down in the comment section how you guys feel about this chapter. What is your guys' favorite moments? And if you guys do like the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and remember, always be decent. This is the Monster Man. Hope you guys have a wonderful day and be safe out here. Peace.